Evening, everyone. It's just gone half midnight on Thursday. We're now exactly 16 days out from Pure Elite. And I wasn't intending to vlog today. I was actually preparing to go to bed, but I thought I'd just do a very quick one after getting a couple of messages. Some incredibly humbling and supportive messages that I thought I'd share with you. 900 days ago today, I was involved in a really serious accident at a Fitness First gym on Flinders Street in Melbourne, in Australia. I was showing off at the gym. I was trying to flirt with a young 21-year-old guy called Zach by racing him in an ergo rowing machine race. It was my little party trick. I was incredibly tall, so I've got an incredibly long stroke when it comes to rowing. And normally I've done this competition several times before, and the winner always gets to choose the restaurant, and the loser has to buy the other one dinner. On this one particular night, the ergo rowing machine broke catastrophically, severely injuring two nerves in the lower part of my back, which caused a huge scene in the gym, but rendered me completely immobile and in huge amounts of excruciating pain. I was then taken off to the local A&E department before being transferred to a specialist private neurological hospital in Melbourne, where I was there for a few weeks having lots of treatment. My friends from Sydney came down to visit, my friends in Melbourne were always there, family back here always on Skype. It was incredibly supportive from what I remember, but there's also a lot of video and photographs of me in the hospital, completely off my face on numerous opiates and morphine. The pain was absolutely excruciating, but I couldn't walk. I had to be pushed everywhere in a wheelchair because I had no strength left to maneuver myself. The prognosis at the time was that it would be unlikely for me to ever fully recover. I was told that any aspirations I had of returning to the gym were going to probably not be fulfilled. That was heartbreaking, really heartbreaking. To be told that in my mid-30s that I may never have full mobility again was just shocking. I don't know whether I was lucky or whether medical staff in Australia, backed by private medical insurance, are too cautious or too risk averse, or too orientated and motivated to get money, because obviously my treatment was very expensive. But they were wrong. All of the experts were treating me. There were 6 different doctors. There was obviously a lead consultant, and I don't really know what the other consultants' views were, but certainly the prognosis was bleak. I had months off work where I was bedridden. I stayed in bed and I was on drugs effectively, so I couldn't really operate properly. But I transferred to my great aunt's in Brisbane after a few weeks because I didn't want to go into rehab and she wouldn't let me go there. And eventually I got better. I started walking again from a wheelchair. Trying to get on an aircraft with a wheelchair is phenomenally difficult. The staff of Virgin Australia were just amazing. Virgin Australia are a top airline. If you ever find yourself in that part of the world, then you definitely need to fly with them. They closed off a whole row in business class so that I could get in and out, which was just incredible. But flying under the influence of drugs and in excruciating pain and not really being able to sit properly was not an experience I ever want to repeat. I eventually started recovering. I spent nearly 4 hours a day in my aunt's pool under strict physio instructions and supervision. And I eventually transitioned from wheelchair to 2 crutches, to 1 crutch, to walking with a severe limp, to now. I'm frequently in touch with the hospital because they struggled to believe for a long time that I was actually back in the gym. And I sent them photographs of me squatting and deadlifting, and they thought they were staged. So I sent them a video of me squatting and deadlifting. And I deadlift heavy now, and I squat heavy now. In fact, all weights I lift are heavy, which is great. My back is now the focus of a separate workout. And I lift incredibly heavy weights. I am a form and technique Nazi, however. I do make sure that they're always on form. I take my time setting myself up in the gym. I really don't care how many people are waiting for behind me. I make sure that everything's right. But nobody believed that I would make a full recovery, and of course I did. I spoke the other night about one of the motivations for standing on stage being the need to seek closure on bullying when I was a child, for being picked on for being different and having scars from acne. There's also other reasons as well. And the more you find out about me, the more you realise that I've had a pretty eventful life, really. I've had a bit of a rollercoaster journey to get to where I've got to today. And this all happened back in 2014, of course, and if you look at all the things that I'm trying to overcome, it was the childhood traumas and issues of being bullied, to then becoming incredibly obese and losing nearly 9 stone in weight to become a lot thinner, then overcoming severe injury that rendered me immobile. Of course, I lost a lot of muscle mass, not that I had a lot anyway, but I lost the tiny amount that I had, to then deciding that I was going to take on the challenge of competing, as well as trying to build a career in a business and rebuild family relationships here, as well as relationships with other people. So it has been an incredible rollercoaster. The reason all that's important is that I got a message today from a friend in Australia who doesn't want to be named. We've known each other for a long time. And in this message she said that when she reads my post where I'm saying, I'm a bit down, I'm a bit negative and I'm not feeling particularly strong, she reminds me that no matter what obstacles ever been thrown in my path, I've not only found a way to navigate my way through it, I've often just smashed straight through the obstacles and all the barriers, and I've come out the other side better and stronger and happier. And this competition is no different. The results for me, and I've said this many times in many vlogs, the results for me are not that important. Getting to stage for me is going to be a huge achievement, and no doubt I'm going to be incredibly emotional once the competition is over. I'm obviously training to do my best. I always do. I'm a perfectionist at heart and I'm never satisfied. Tim, my coach, will always tell you that I'm really hard on myself and I keep pushing myself, and I am never satisfied. I'm never ever satisfied with my performance. And that's what keeps me motivated. But this friend is right, and I need to remember that actually I am an incredibly strong and gutsy person. I don't ever walk away, curl up in a ball and think it's too hard, it's too much. Many people would have done. No matter what's been thrown my way, I have found a way to turn it into an opportunity. And I suppose that's what differentiates me from other people, is that I just refuse to ever give up. I refuse to ever be kept down when I'm knocked down. I always find a way of picking myself back up. And to that end, despite the fact that I'm out of my comfort zone, which I've also said many times, I will get through it and I'll battle through and I will come out of it incredibly positive and energised. So I wanted to send a message to everybody who is also 16 days out from competition, or however long they are from their first, second, third or fourth comp. That no matter how tough you think things are, someone else is always going through a bit of a harder time. You can always, if you want something hard enough, find a way to pick yourself up and get yourself through. This competition is supposed to be a celebration of our achievements and our performance and all of our hard work. And I am absolutely determined to make sure that the celebration starts the moment I arrive in Margate on the 31st of March and continues all the way through until Stuart or Janine or Audrey, who I assume is hosting the event, says, "Thanks ladies and gents, that's a wrap. And then we can all go home and have a few drinks and a bit of a relax and start planning what we do next. So yeah, she was right. I should stop being so tough on myself and remember the journey that I've been on. Not just the last 900 days since the accident, but ever since I decided to start transforming. And indeed for the last 25 years. My journey really for transformation started 25 years ago. I had to go on that 25-year journey and go through all of those things in order to get stage ready, ironically. And that is the biggest irony of all, that the only way I've been able to get ready is to have experienced all the things I've experienced, the good and the bad. I was asked at a tender interview once if I could go back in time, where would I go back to and what would I change? And I answered, I wouldn't, because I'm a product of all the experiences that have happened in my past. Every single one of them, the good and the bad and everything in between. The positives are I have met some of the most incredibly amazing people in the world. They're just phenomenal. Many of whom are privately pushing me on every single day, and I thank them for that. So I'm determined now to get my head down for the next 16 days, work harder than I've ever worked before, and make sure that I do what I set out to do, and that is walk out on the 1st of April 2017 as a bona fide, pure elite competitor, knowing that I can't have done any more. So on that note, ladies and gents, good night.